Good morning, baby angels. It's Hopeless Optimistic, and I am coming in this morning with another message for you. This one will probably be a little bit brief, but we'll see how it goes. Gonna cleanse our space. I had some really intense and interesting dreams last night, and within one of the dreams, a dear friend of mine had a baby in the middle of my living room, and baby didn't breathe at first. But when we finally got it up and breathing, I looked at it and I said, "Hi." And it said hi back. So my takeaway from that is that even in our most tender and underdeveloped spaces, we can have a very much deeper communication. We actually did it a few times within the scope of the dream, and we're saying hi back and forth to this baby. I just feel like there's a deeper intelligence. I also yesterday had talked about my dear beloved Danielle Delsky, who did the Sacred Hags Oracle, and mentioned that she has a couple of books that I really love. And so today I just wanted to point out that the first one that I read is Season of Moon and Flame by Danielle Delsky, and then the other one is The Holy Wild. Both are remarkable. She is a great writer. And we're going to just take it off. The first thing that we're going to do is pull an oracle card from the Cosmic Journey Oracle. This is a really wonderful and fun deck and gives some really good insights. Thinking about that sweet infant and my sweet friend Brittany. All right, here we go. Ooh, so much already popped out. Let's see what's going on here, actually. Yes. All right, I'll tell you what the underlying one is here in a moment. But we'll start off with, I am a galactic starseed blooming. Each evolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are. Cut away what is no longer needed for you. The activated ally. And your effortless effort is fully required. So from the top again, I am a galactic starseed blooming. Listen, we're all made of stardust. This is who we are. This is how we exist in this world. This is, there was many years ago, I had heard a NASA physicist, she was asked a question. She was asked, why do we exist? And she said that as carbon-based life forms, we are merely the universe experiencing itself. So in all of the ups and downs, this is what happens. It's like the hermeticism, sort of baseline, which is as above, so below. So like all of these struggles that we have in our dailies are actually realizations of things that are happening in the universe all the time. And this just happens to be the way that we're incarnated into it. The next one is, each evolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are. That's profound. What box have you drawn yourself into? Erase those lines. Erase those lines. Cut away what is no longer needed for you. Pretty clear. Like you have to prune a rose bush in order for it to really come to its full potential to bloom. You've got to cut away the death in order to find more space to grow. You've got to make space in your home so that you have things to grow into, right? The activated ally is essentially you have a friend who is at the ready to jump in and help make things happen for you. And I love this. Your effortless effort is fully required. So just, sit back, enjoy the ride. Be balanced in yourself so that you can not feel upended when certain things come in. So I used to think of myself as like one of those tall ships, olden days tall ships that are built in such a way that they just sort of rock back and forth with the storm. They don't capsize. They don't submerge. They just roll with it. Your effortless effort is fully required. So find that low center of gravity in yourself so that you can ride it out gracefully. I love these. All right, I'm going to leave these here. Oh, and the subtext here was universe creators wanted. And it, I didn't even wear my glasses, so who knows? We're not gonna worry about it today. All right, digging into our beloved sacred hags, we're gonna clarify all of these. I am a galactic starseed blooming. I am a galactic starseed blooming. Watch me grow. And I love that there's a couple of things in here that refer to like plants, like cut away what is no longer needed for you. The way that you bloom is by being fertilized well and by allowing yourself the space to recognize what is no longer, growing. Where there is death, you've got to let it go. Just let it go. All right. The soul cages. I love that card. Song of the Seal Women. That goes on each evolutionary turn requires you to let go of who you think you are. Ooh, we've got a lot of water energy coming up. Hag of the Selkies. And actually, the Seal Women and the Selkies all kind of play into each other for me. Just because Selkies are shapeshifters, right? On the activated ally. Who is our activated ally? Nice. Season of the 13th moon. I love it. Oh my gosh, we had a few fly out. Stand by. Enjoy the background, the drum set that needs to go away. Cool. All right. Season of Spice and Hearth and the Shadow Keeper. So I'm a galactic starseed blooming as the soul cages. And the soul cages goes back to an ancient kind of, maybe not that ancient, but an Irish folk tale that there was a fisherman who lived on the coast fairly quietly by himself. And every day he would go out to the shore, and there would be a bounty of goods on the beach. And the fishermen would collect these things. Now, the reason why there were all of these, valuable items on the beach is because the sea was causing shipwrecks, and he was benefiting from the bounty that was on those ships that was washing ashore. Now, the spirit of the sea was actually holding the spirits of the sailors hostage in these soul cages. And the fisherman who lived by the seashore found out about this because he was actually friends with the spirit of the sea, and got the spirit of the sea to take him down with him because they were pals, drinking, chilling, hanging out. And when the fisherman realized why he was reaping this bounty, he suddenly had a little bit of a remorse about it. And so he released the spirits of the sailors from the soul cages. And this is a medicine card. This card speaks to making a sacrifice for something that is greater than what you are. So in reading this with the I am a galactic starseed blooming is the recognition that to reach that fullest blossoming potential, we have to, and I think this is also it's, wow, these are all like so beautifully aligned. And the fact that there's so much ocean here, so much water. Look at where water lies within your chart, because I think that really will be powerful for you, okay? You have to release things that are maybe like seemingly good on the surface, but beneath the surface there's something insidious. There's something that is not really helping you resonate with your highest vibrational potential. So I actually am going to dig into the book here on the Song of the Seal Women, because to me, all of the water cards in general are almost like ritualistically baptismal. Like it is a cleansing of self and soul. And she specifically refers to this as a renewal. So yeah, each revolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are. Renewal, baptism, cleanse yourself. Cut away that which is no longer needed for you. And that comes up with 14, who's the Hag of Selkies. And again, Selkies are mystical women, shapeshifters, who it's almost like the mermaid myth. You could walk on land, but then when you return to the sea, you become a Selkie, which is a seal. So, the Song of the Seal Women and the Hag of Selkies, she's about mystery. So cut away what is no longer needed for you so you can dive into the mystery of what your possibilities are. Falling into the mystery can be scary. It's the unknown. And that's really where the magic lies. The activated ally and the season of the 13th moon. So, yeah. The primordial womb. So this is like this magical liminal space of creation and rest. But there's this activated ally who's almost like a doula, because we're talking about this place of potential. What happens as it's growing and then knowing that there's somebody there to help you birth it, which actually is really interesting too, thinking about this dream that I had last night with my beloved friend Brittany. The baby came out on this wild tide from her. And I'm glad that I got to be her activated ally in the dream. And then your effortless effort is fully required. Again, just find your center and just relax into the rest of it. Is the season of the 13th moon, which is, or of spice and hearth rather, which is death. So that is about letting go. And then the shadow keeper is about your shadow work. So when I speak of shadow work, I'm speaking of the things that one must do to reveal the things that are beneath the surface in your subconscious, the things that you don't even realize from your childhood that have deeply affected you in a way that actually alters the way that you operate in the world. For example, for myself, I did some shadow work a couple of years back and had a full-on recollection of being left by my parents, not on purpose. One of them thought that the other one had me, the other one thought that the other one had me, and 3-year-old little me walked my happy ass back home. We were at a grocery store. I lived in the Bronx, and the grocery store was all the way around the block from where our apartment was. And I walked my happy little 3-year-old butt home, got into the building somehow, couldn't reach the elevator button, walked up the stairs to our floor, and knocked on a neighbor's door. Now, I was angry at the time and had some residual things, but I didn't really think about it. But it sort of, those feelings turned into like a big old abandonment issue that so many of us have, right? We all have some kind of vibe like that. But doing that shadow work, so your effortless effort is fully required, but let the things die that need to die. Dive into your subconscious, meditate on it, do the shadow work, come out on the other side, and realize that that's what makes, like, it's not about, putting a lot of effort into it. That's exactly what this is saying, is like, let the cages of constriction that you've put up around yourself die, so that you can get to this sort of deeper understanding of who you are through the shadow work, so that you can easily make it through to the other side. I just did a very terrible job of shuffling these cards. I was too busy chatting. Oh my God. That happens. I'm a chatterer. What can I say? It's one of my many charms. All right, let's get a couple of clarifiers on this. It's so much water. And so beautiful also that the dream is resonating in this. Okay, we're going to clarify. I am a galactic starseed blooming. Queen of Cups. So the galactic starseed blooming with the soul cages, which is the medicine of sacrifice, brings you to the place of the Queen of Cups. And she is creative and she is compassionate. So I think that there is a level of compassion, especially considering the backstory of the soul cages. Sure, the fisherman could have just lived on the fat of the loss of all of those sailors' lives. But he instead decided to make the sacrifice for himself so that he could live in a more abundant way spiritually, because otherwise it would have really drawn out from him, um, and like it would have provided him with bad karma, because the things that he was benefiting from were from the blood of others. So let all of this go. You are blooming. Take your medicine so that you can bloom even brighter. And she's filled with love too. She's just so lovely here. Can you see her? I do love this deck so much. And then we're taking another card here on the Song of the Seal Women and each evolutionary turn. Oh, interesting. The Emperor. So like this is cosmic law. Each evolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are. Renew yourself. It's really showing again that you are part of this whole cosmic process. Like you are just the universe experiencing itself, even in its worst parts. Like I remember when I first heard that, it felt to me like I was watching the 1,000-petaled lotus blossom, because all of a sudden, like every single day, it just opened up a little bit more. And I know that Alan Watts has said something like this too, but I'd seen it with a NASA physicist, and she said, I'll say it again. We are merely as sentient carbon-based life forms. We are merely the universe experiencing itself. It's divine cosmic law. Cut away what is no longer needed for you, and the mystery. Ooh, I've got all kinds of things that jumped out, but we're going to go in and just take these. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Yeah. Interesting. Cut away what is no longer needed for you. Dive into the mystery of it. This is a learning and teaching experience from the divine. And it brings you this. We got the Hierophant. And he is very Jesus-y. It's cosmic structure. It's law. It's your contract with the universe that you made before you came back. It brings you to your place of strength and abundance. You are making it happen for yourself. And interesting, like the reverse Two of Wands. And for me, on this one, you're going to feel like a little out of whack. A little out of whack. And that's okay. That's okay. Because that comes back to that effortless effort. Because out of whack, maybe you're a little out of balance. But finding that center of gravity and that just general centeredness so you can surf through life, man, is going to be really beneficial. It's okay. It's okay to be a little uncomfortable. There's a Fiona Apple lyric that just came to me. which is I'm good at being uncomfortable, so I can't stop changing all of the time. It's okay to be uncomfortable. Comfort is a construct anyway. All right, the activated ally and the 13th moon. And I want to actually read. Let's see if I can read because my eyes are so terrible. The primordial womb. Oh, my child, trust in the magic of the twixt and tween, in those times when some great thing has come to an end without any new birth in sight. Look to the voids in your life. These are the primordial wombs from which your greatest art, your most joyful loves, and most striking and extraordinary beauty will be born. We cannot solve our mysteries too soon. We cannot rush to fill in the space and make whole our many puzzles before it is time. Such skill is there in sitting in the tension. The tension. Sitting in the tension. 'Tis the hallmark of an experienced witch. Not all warrants a spell after all. Whatever in your life has left you without something new to take its place, leave this particular void be for but a little while longer. Trust in the magic of the unknown. Just for today. All right. Wheel of Fortune, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Leave it for today. Let it go, let it be, and know that fortune is smiling on you. Oh, and your effortless effort is required with death, and the Shadow Keepers brings in the Two of Cups. So this is love of self. This is about balance within you. This is beautiful. All right, my loves. I am going to tie it up right there. And thank you again for tuning in. We'll catch you soon. Bye.